I'm just here trying to normalize going to therapy because everybody should go. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. Today is a bit of a different type of video. I wanted to talk about my experience going to therapy and how important that is, and it was kind of hard to talk about, so the video is kind of, I don't want to say like choppy, but I kind of just talk about all different things. I wanted to make this video to share what I went through, to make it not so uncommon for people to talk about it. I've wanted to make this video for a really long time, and I thought now was the perfect time to do it, but I just hope that it helps you, and if you have any questions, to let me know. But first, we have the question of the day. We're gonna go with an easy question of the day today, which is, what was the last thing that you ate? And the last thing I had was a chocolate chip cookie. My favorite snack. And the good news of the day isn't like from a news article or anything. I thought it was really cute because somebody asked me for an update on my cat. So Nabi is doing great. He's actually sitting on the windowsill. He loves to hang out on the windowsill. He eats really good, he sleeps great. Cats are perfect sleepers. His favorite toy is still the shoelace. I think I mentioned that in my last video. He is just perfect and so cute, and he always loves to play. He doesn't really like to be held though, and I don't know if that's coming from maybe like if somebody captured him, like unfortunately. I don't know what his past is. He is about 5 months now, and I have deemed his birthday on November 5th. That's just a random number. I know it was in November, so I'm just gonna go with November 5th. He is my best friend and I love hanging out with him. He still doesn't like to be picked up as much, but I did get a video when I was trying to take a thumbnail for my last video where he let me hold him and cuddle him, so that was cute. And he doesn't look like he wants to get away. Usually he does just try to like jump down or something, but obviously I don't pick him up all the time because I know he doesn't like it. But he just looks so cute and I wanted to hug him. But thank you so much for asking. That was really kind of you, and he is doing great. I love it when you guys give me video ideas or ask me stuff like that. That is like really special to me because it just makes me feel important, so thank you. It's just cool to know that like people actually watch my videos and they actually care about it. Like I said, the main part of this video might not be as high energy as I always am, I guess, but it was kind of hard to talk about, but it's really important to me, so I wanted to share it with you. I don't know where to begin. Oh my gosh. Okay, I wanted to make this video for a while, but I just don't know where to start. I feel like it's really important, especially now, to be talking about these things. I think people should talk about it more often, which I have seen it a lot more lately, like in the past year, I guess you could say. I don't really want to dive into why I was going to therapy, but we can just put the umbrella term and just say it was for anxiety, because that was the very broad reason for it. I don't really know where to start. I just wanted to talk about this because I do get a lot of questions when I was watching my friend's Instagram live and we were talking about it, and people on there were even asking like, how do you start doing that? Like, what is it like? And stuff like that. So I just wanted to talk about it, and it is really important to me because it did change my life. Okay, let's just start at the beginning because I don't know where to start. So I started going to therapy in August 2017, and I actually saw a video which was like a little blessing because Gabby posted her video the night before I was going to therapy. She was talking about going to therapy, and that was like the first person who I saw who was talking about it. Like, I really didn't want to go, and I didn't see why I had to go. This is my case. I know that a lot of people are like, I really want to go, and I think that's so important because I think that everybody should go. Everyone has something that they want to talk about. But yeah, I was watching her video and it made me feel better because nobody has really talked about it. I don't really know many of my friends that go. I have like a few, but it's not like something you talk about because it is like personal, you know, between you and the therapist. So it's not like you want to ask a million questions, so it's kind of like such a weird space. Like I said, I didn't want to go, and when I was going my first day, like I couldn't sleep at all that night, which is weird because I always sleep through the night. So for me, that was weird that I just didn't sleep at all, and I didn't correlate the two together because I was just like, oh, it's not a big deal, like I'll just go and talk to her or something. But I guess like subconsciously so like in my mind I was actually like nervous about going. So I drive out to the office, I'm there, the session is 45 minutes long, and I don't really remember what we talked about the first time. It wasn't much, it was just like basic things like, oh, why are you here? Or like, you know, what do you like to do for fun? Stuff like that. You don't dive in and you're like, okay, let's fix this right now. You know, she was just asking me what I like to do, what I go to school for, like basic questions like that. So after a few sessions go by and I really felt like nothing was making any difference, and then she came up with this like 7-step plan. It was like slowly, I don't want to say getting rid of the anxiety, but like getting rid of the problem. And I was looking at it and I was like, this is never gonna happen. Honestly, I just said, this is stupid. It's not gonna work. Like, this is crazy. It's not gonna go away. All that stuff. And it was really hard at first to do like those 7 steps. But in the end, I did it and I was obviously proud of myself. It took a really long time to do that and everything is different now. I'm just trying to say that it's not as scary as you think, and maybe it seems like the worst thing to you, or maybe you really want to. I had a question about how do you find a therapist. For me, it was through my health insurance, so you just call them and they'll like give you different places to call that you're covered by. Call the office and then they're asking you, do you prefer a man or a woman? What is it regarding? You know, obviously so they can get you to the right person. Like there's a therapist or a, oh my god, I'm not gonna remember the word at all. It starts with a P, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. The one who prescribes drugs. How can I not remember that? But that wasn't the path I was going to take, so I just went to see a therapist. If you don't have health insurance, I know that my school did therapy sessions for free. I think like a certain number of them. And then I think you can work something out and stuff like that. It is included in some tuitions completely. I know they do stuff online. I haven't spoke with my therapist since January because that was like the last session. So at first, we were doing every single week, and then we changed it to every 2 weeks. And then I felt like things got better. So in August is when I started going. And in November, I feel like I was like on top and I was like, this is going great. And then in January, it was like worse than when I started. And then I was like, what is going on? And you know, it's like it has to get worse before it gets better in a way, because it's like all coming out, if that makes sense. And then after that, it just gradually got better. I don't know what the turning point was really, but everything just changed. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, I can do this, and like this doesn't bother me anymore. And oh yeah, so I haven't spoke to her since January because towards the end of my therapy sesh, I didn't want to say goodbye because like she had become my friend, and like towards the end I would just we would just chat about random stuff. I mean, obviously it was about what was going on, maybe like something at school or work, at home, like small things like that, just to talk it out. And to have somebody who is unbiased to talk to is like the best thing, because even talking to like your mom or your boyfriend or your friends, like it's completely different when you have somebody who is just doesn't know anybody and can just talk to you from like that third mindset, like whatever, the unbiased mindset. So that's great. Yeah, so I was going every 6 weeks towards the end, because it was, like I said, it was every week, then 2 weeks, and then it was getting worse, so I went back to every week, and then we did 2 weeks, and I was afraid to do 2 weeks, but it worked out really well. That was fine, and I think we pushed it to 4 weeks, and then it was eventually 6 weeks, just because honestly I didn't want to let go. I was kind of afraid that by doing that, something bad, it would like all come back, but it hasn't. So my therapist reached out to me. She's like, I know what's going on. I heard about Disney. I hope everything's okay, because she had known for like the years that I was seeing her. Was it 2017? I'm so sorry, it was 2018. I need to correct that. But for the years that I had been seeing her, she knew that I wanted to work at Disney so bad. And then I felt like I had it all, and then this happened, and so she messaged me, and that was really nice. So I just have plans to talk to her sometime in May. I know that with some people, finding a good therapist is like hit or miss. That never crossed my mind, really. I never thought that like this, I don't know. I didn't think of the option about like trying all different people. It was kind of just like, oh, I like her, like I'll talk to her and stuff. I don't know, it just worked out for me. I think one thing that I wish I knew before I went into therapy was that it will most likely be worse before it gets better, because I was like really motivated. Like I said, it just went like this. Like November came and we went to Disney and we had one of the best trips ever, and it was so much fun and I felt so good. I had like no anxiety like the whole trip. And then we went in January, so obviously not this January, the one before that, and it just like, I don't want to say it's a worse trip because Disney is never bad, but it just wasn't like the one in November because things were like a lot worse. So I kept comparing it to the last one, which made it even worse in my head, but now things are so much better. One of the things I do that helps with my anxiety, which I didn't know that I was doing this until Curtis read it online like ages ago. I have always been like eating mints. I always just like to eat mints, I don't know. Like everyone who knows me probably, I always just like to eat mints. And then Curtis read online something about like linking mints with anxiety, and like you're like concentrating on like eating the mint, or like chewing gum even is good. So like that'll take your mind off of it. And I was like, oh, maybe like I was doing that subconsciously and I didn't know it. I don't know, but that really helps me. So if I do get anxious sometimes, I'll take a mint. Or maybe if my breath just smells really bad, I'll take a mint. That is the one thing that helps me. I think if you can, like if you're at home, taking a shower helps me a lot. Watching something funny or like listening to something you don't have to think about much. Like don't put on for me, I don't like to watch a whole movie because then I'm like focused at the screen the whole time. Just something that is like funny in the background, like a vlog or something like that, because I know that a lot of us are at home right now and this whole thing can make you anxious. I've seen lots of tweets about people who, to help with their anxiety, they like to go out a lot. I like to go for walks every day. That helps too, just so you're not stuck inside all the time. We're lucky to have a balcony outside, so if we want, we can get some fresh air that way. I'm gonna look online, try to find some resources that I can put in the description box that can maybe help you in case you are struggling. There's always phone numbers and like virtual therapists. I'm gonna do that in like 2 weeks from today, I think, so I'll let you know how that goes if you're interested. I have never done it that way before. I didn't know we could do it that way, honestly. At first I was really embarrassed to talk about going to therapy. I didn't want any of my friends to know. I didn't see why I had to go. I didn't think it was important to go. So my whole point of this video is that it shouldn't be embarrassing. You are not a weirdo, because I thought I was a weirdo. If your family is like pushing you to do it, you probably should do it. Nicely pushing you, not forcing you, you know. There's a difference. You know, my mom said to me, like, just try it, and if you don't like it, it's fine. So I think that giving everything a try is at least trying. What? You don't have to tell people about it. Nobody has to know. I didn't tell anyone for a really long time. Like my work schedule would change around and I just wouldn't tell anybody. I think I told them it was because of school or something. I eventually started to love it, and when I realized how amazing it was, I was telling everyone about it. And when I was talking to people about it at work, you would be so surprised at how many people go but just don't want to say anything. I had some people at work tell me that they've been going to, they were going for years, or like they want to start going. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a normal thing. This should not make you feel weird or less important or anything. I'm just here trying to normalize going to therapy because everybody should go. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm kind of just rambling because I don't know what to say, because it is a personal thing. If you are nervous about it, it's okay to be nervous. I just want to get the message out that if you're thinking about going, here's your sign, you should go. I hope you're all staying well and safe. Always message me if anything, pick up the phone, talk to a friend. I have this rule that like if I think of somebody, I have to immediately text them. Like if I think, oh, I wonder how so-and-so is doing right now, I'm like, why don't I just text them? Because if I'm like, oh, I'll text them later, I'm never gonna do it. I'm gonna always forget. I don't know how that's important to this video, but check up on people. I don't know, I'm just rambling, but I hope that this helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you are staying well. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to answer them. And something I'm thankful for today is probably gonna have to be the walks that Curtis and I have been going on, which sounds kind of silly, but it's just been like something that we can do at the same time every day. I mean, we are in like a really big routine because we are staying at home, but that just helps us like you know, leave our phones at home, leave everything else at home, and we just get to go on a walk for like half an hour. Sometimes we go longer, it depends how hot it is outside. It's weird because as soon as we go on those walks, we just like start talking about different stuff that we don't talk about at home, which makes no sense. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on Thursday with a brand new one. Bye!